Let's take you now to Ted Cruz, where the senator is speaking there in Houston. Let's listen.
2,000 people coming out. In Mission, 2,000 people coming out. In El Paso, 2,000 people coming out. And what was truly amazing, at many of these events, we would ask, how many of you here are former Democrats? And we would see hands throughout the room, as we're seeing hands now, because Texas came together behind a common sense agenda of low taxes, low regulations, and lots of jobs. Securing the border and keeping our communities safe, and defending the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. And that is a common sense agenda that unites Texans from every part of the state. It was your hard work. This is a victory for the single mom who's been waiting tables, who suddenly sees her wages going up because the economy is booming. This is a victory for the oil field worker who sees now that the United States is the world's top producer of oil. This is a victory for all the kids who are seeing their parents. In the last 2 years, 4 million people have come off of food stamps. Stop and reflect for a moment the lives transformed. People who had been dependent on government for basic food needs now have jobs and get to come home carrying a bag of groceries. Get to come home and look at their kids and say, I'm providing for my family. And their kids get to look up at mom, look up at dad, and see the hope. This was an election about hope and about the future, and the people of Texas rendered a verdict that we want a future with more jobs and more security and more freedom. I want to take a moment also to thank my wife, Heidi, who is my best friend in the world and who, in the course of this campaign, shouldered responsibilities at work, at home, juggling 1,000 balls backwards on a unicycle. And I want to thank our girls. I want to thank Caroline and Catherine. It is hard having dad on the road all the time, having mom on the road all the time. It is hard, and these girls pay a price. And girls, Mommy and I love you with all of our hearts. And I could not possibly be prouder of the two of you. I also want to thank my mom and my dad, both of whom poured their hearts into this. And I want to also take a moment to congratulate Beto O'Rourke. He poured his heart into this campaign. He worked tirelessly. Listen, it's important. He worked tirelessly. He's a dad. And he took times away from his kids. And I want to also say, millions across this state were inspired by his campaign. They didn't prevail, and I am grateful the people of Texas chose a different path. But let me say to all of those who worked on his campaign, all of those who were inspired, that I am your senator as well. My responsibility is to represent every Texan. And I give you my word, I will always fight for your jobs, for your freedom, for your security. I will always fight to defend your constitutional rights. That applies to everyone in the great state of Texas. We saw an assault that was unprecedented. We saw a $100 million race with Hollywood coming in against the state, with the national media coming in against the state. But all the money in the world was no match for the good people of Texas and the hardworking men and women across our state. And I am so incredibly proud each and every day to stand up and to fight for you, to defend you. We are standing united. We have been delivering results. And now we need to go back to work and keep delivering results. More jobs, more security, more freedom. And it is my hope that with the bitterness and division we see nationally, that Texas can be a model for how we can come together, disagree, yes, but with civility, respecting each other's decency, respecting each other's humanity, treating each other the way each of us would like to be treated. My hope is that Texas can help lead the way to bring this country together behind a common sense agenda that benefits the people of Texas and the people of America. We love you. Thank you for every hour, every word, every step, every bit of passion. God bless you.
All right, we've been listening to Senator Ted Cruz give his victory speech there at his campaign headquarters in Houston. You see, obviously, a very energized Senator Cruz on this night. It was a tight race against his Democratic opponent, Beto O'Rourke. And I see there, that was our Omar Villafranca. Hopefully we can talk to him in just a moment. But let's bring in now our panel. We have Michael Graham, a CBSN political contributor and columnist for the Boston Herald, CBSN political contributor, and Democratic strategist Joel Payne, and D.C. bureau chief for The Intercept, Ryan Grimm. Michael, I want to start with you. Explain to us the level of enthusiasm that we are seeing there from Senator Cruz tonight. What perchance might be behind that, considering what he's just gone through?
Well, you know, Winston Churchill said there's nothing as exhilarating as being shot at without any effect, you know, and so I feel like he feels like he dodged a bullet, even though from the beginning, you know, Texas is just red. It really just is. And there's been, I will say, you know, a lot of folks on my side, the Republican side of the aisle, have been snickering about the amount of money going in and the Beto mania and the T-shirts and the tats and whatever. But, you know, it was a competitive race in a state where it shouldn't be competitive. And that's a testament to the fact that Beto O'Rourke, like Andrew Gillum in Florida, has real political skill, and it matters. And Ted Cruz is the kind of guy, not warm and fuzzy isn't the word I would use to describe Senator Cruz, you know. So it made it a race, and it was a lot of money. And you have to wonder how Claire McCaskill and Heidi Heitkamp and some others might feel about that money going down to Texas.